Welcome to Transcreative Bedtime Stories. This is Boots by Leo Rutledge. When did we get so dusty? Under the bed, blankets and carpet frame our view. Time passed without us keeping track. From our forgotten spot we watched so many changes for one life, but the feet have always stayed the same. Before, we saw vast fields, we smushed berries, we jumped in every puddle we could. Laces swapped for ribbons, Smarties, polka dot, the sides shiny but already scuffed at the age where nothing mattered and magic was real. We went to school for 2 days. We were smart, we were comfortable, we were black. We were hated for not being the norm. The second day of school, we were called to an office with an angry older lady so looming we stood on tippy toes. We were told, little girls don't wear big boots. And when you're asked, what will you be when you grow up? You must not answer, a boy. The girl cried for hours. Aged 4, we were pushed under the bed. Our replacements? Black daps with Velcro straps and tiny plastic rhinestones, heart-shaped. The girl hated them. At night, she cried alone. They were kicked under the bed. She hoped they'd get lost down here in the almost empty darkness. Time passed. Trainers joined us, housing spiders amongst the clutter and glitter. She walked in adult shoes, and we felt her drift even further. Clothes and books encroached on our view, and sometimes we couldn't see at all. What she wore next was lifeless. Worn down, thick-soled but soulless, ambiguous and uniform, with a tiny heel to make mention to her curves, that we watched her bind and bruise in the isolation of her bedroom, scribbling and yearning on paper, whispering and screaming in her head because a decade had passed and her answer to, what will you be when you grow up, had stayed the same. A boy. A thick layer of time settled on our leather. Behind wardrobe doors that didn't quite close, new shoes lined the bottom shelf. Some patent, some sequins, some more strap than shoe. Often, when she took these, we didn't see her until the dust mites floated in the morning sunbeams, illuminating the lingerie on the floor. Once, she wiped the dust from us, then placed us back. She stared under the bed as if she too could hide in the shadows. We waited. We watched the dust rise and settle, burying the girl in her stillness. The light shone, then dimmed, until the girl was no longer, and they emerged. New boots, fresh from the box and iridescent, laces swapped for rainbow ribbons. They were a parade, more colour and love than we had ever seen. At home, they were given a place under the table. We were freshly cleaned, placed on a shelf to watch it all. Sometimes they pick us up, their very first pair of boots. We hear apologies to the feet that once climbed hay bales and chased bugs and didn't think anything really mattered. And we know then that magic is real. Thanks for joining me for Trans Bedtime Stories. I'm Clare Shaw, and you are listening to Boots by Leo Rutledge. Night night.